YouTube, what is up, man? Shooting from the hip today on this one. I'm at the school here waiting for my daughter to get out of school because I'm an involved parent, man. I'm not one of these guys that just make kids and just leave them. I'm an involved father. I do sporting events. I make sure my kid has everything she needs. I encourage her. I support her financially, emotionally, all that good stuff. For most of you guys who have been watching my channel, if you do, I don't think anybody really watches my videos, man. It's kind of sad, because I'm putting out the most authentic content that you could ask for, man. I'm not sitting there painting myself to be something that I'm not. I've kind of rebranded my channel a little bit and been doing, on my longer videos anyways, I've been doing more factual, fact-based stuff, backing it up with research and things like that. But hey, I guess that stuff is boring to folks, man. But if I was talking about popping balloons and, what's his name, Aaron the plumber throwing fades and things like that, people probably would be watching my video. But anyways, I'm gonna get into it here, man. YouTube, I've been single now for about 7 months now, going on 8 months. My fiance, my daughter's mom, she left probably about early August. And to be honest with you, man, we've had our issues. We're two different people. And we fought a lot, man. Like within the last 4 or 5 years here, we fought a lot. And to make a long story short, she deals with a certain habit, man, that, if you're not prepared to deal with those kind of things, guys, dealing with an addict and those kind of things, you don't know what that life is about, man. And for all you guys that are talking about, oh yeah, man, these black women, I'll go date white women, date other races of women, listen up, man. They all come with their bullshit. All of them. You date a white woman, chances are she's going to be zooted, man. You date a Western white woman, she's going to be zooted. She's going to be on pills. She's going to love to party. She's going to love to do all that stuff. And if you're not prepared to deal with that mentally, emotionally, and physically, you're in for a ride, Jack. And she kind of had a backslide, man. She went through a period where she backslide, and we went through that fire, man, as a family. Me, my daughter was a little bit younger. She was probably about 4 or 5 at the time. And she's 9 now. And we went through that, man, and that was rough. That was rough. That lasted a long time. That actually started around the C word that year and went till about 2021, man. And that was that. I didn't know patience. I didn't know what patience was. I didn't know what grit was. I didn't know what survival was until I went through that, man. And I went through the fire dealing with that, with this woman. And I stayed with her. Even after all that, most people would have been like, you're dumb. You should have left then. That's easier said than done, man, especially when you have kids with somebody, And we went through that, man. And she went to rehab. She did a month in rehab, came back home clean. And I don't think it lasted very long, to be honest with you. And I think to this day, she's probably still doing things. There's just certain behaviors after a while you pick up on, certain patterns with these folks, and you see it for what it is. And if you're not, telling you guys, man, just don't get involved with these women, man. That's all I'm going to say. But anyways, man, I stuck with her even through all that, man, And I have made some major strides in my life. I've gotten better. Ever since we've met, I've gotten better. I'd say every year I've made some strides to get better in life. To a point now where I'm doing pretty okay in life, man. Like, I'm not like you guys watch my other videos. I tell you, I'm not rich. I'm not any of this, man. I work hard. I'm up at 4 a.m. in the morning, and I don't go to bed till like, 8, 9 o'clock at night, man. And I'm working the whole day, and I get to bed as early as I can because my day starts early. and then I have my daughter every other week. So, man, I am not one of these guys that are just out here flailing around in life. Like, I have a mission. I'm on my purpose. I'm making money. I'm doing what I need to do in order to survive and thrive. You know, I take care of my body. I go to the gym. I kind of watch what I eat. I'm 41 years old, man, and I don't really look like it, I think, But as I said, man, she left, moved out in August, and I've been single ever since, man. Like, there's still some moments where we kind of deal with each other, we kind of not. I'm just being honest, man. I'm not making any of this up. It's just when you got kids with somebody, and you spend a decade with someone, I don't care what people say. It's not as easy to just break camp like you want to, or like you think you should. It's not that easy. You can listen to everybody talk and say this is what you should do. But the fact of the matter is, man, it's not that easy when you have a child with someone and you shared a lot of time, went through a lot with this person and had a lot of years with them. So, for whatever the reason she decided to leave, back in August, to me, what I saw really, man, for one, well, a few things happened. For one, I think she was still dabbling in whatever she was dabbling with that. Two, she barely helped me, man. Like we moved into a new house, I pay all the bills and that's how I work, guys. Like, this is what I saw from my dad growing up. My mom didn't work as much. She was a stay-at-home mom, and she could have worked if she wanted to, especially when we got older, but she didn't work that much because my dad, he took care of everything. He paid the mortgage, he paid the bills, he gave us allowances, he gave my mom an allowance, we bought food. Like, my dad was a man. Hands down. They don't make him like him anymore. Rest in power. And not that I did that, a lot of that with this one, but I took care of the majority of things, man. Like, life was pretty easy for this woman. I paid the mortgage, I paid the bills. She maybe paid, if we really had to put a figure to it, she maybe paid like maybe $300 and change a month. That's all she paid. And she might have took care of the internet and maybe one utility bill. That was it. I paid everything else. Everything else. It was not no 50-50 bullshit. I was a man. I took care of my household, man. And her money was, she kept her money, and I had my own money. Like, I'd pay my bills and I'd still have some money left over, and I save. I try to save and do right by my money, And life was easy for her, and I think if I gave any woman that type of deal, they would probably take it. If you only had to pay $320 something a month to live somewhere that's really nice and you got everything taken care of, I think many women would take that deal. For her, though, I think for her, it was always constant competition, I think, for her, man. She always thought that she could do better than me, I think, or do better than what the situation was. And I don't think she was ever really grateful for that. This was a woman who was a single mother who didn't have neither one of these kids. The kids that she had prior to the one we had, their father wasn't around. One of them deleted himself, and the other one, it was a wham bam thank you ma'am, and she was damaged. This was a damaged woman. That's another thing, fellas. Don't pick up no single moms, man. Single moms are trash. Like, I made so many mistakes with this, and I saw those red flags and I ignore them. So this is my message to you guys, man. Listen up and pay attention, man. So anyways, I think she just wanted to go out there and be on her own and live how she wanted to live and not be up under my roof. Because my thing is, guys, if I'm providing and I'm doing all the things, everything that a man should be doing, and I wasn't just providing, guys. I was fixing vehicles. I was doing all that. Like, I'm a carbon copy of my father, man. Like, if things needed fixed in the house, I ain't calling nobody. I'm fixing it. I'm looking it up on the University of YouTube and I'm fixing it. Something went wrong with her car, I'm fixing it. I'm that kind of man. Right? So, I think she just wanted to be on her own. And if I'm gonna be providing for you and doing all these things, my thing is that you're gonna follow my program. And I'm not being controlling, but that's the benefit. The thing about it is, guys, is that this woman have saw me make great strides in my life. And you would think when she met me, I had nothing. And what I've accumulated and done and accomplished over the 10 years that we've been together, you would think she would look at that and been like, you know what? This dude is going places. This man is going places. I need to listen to him. I need to hitch my wagon to him, and I need to listen to him. I need to study him. But no, it was quite the opposite. I think she viewed that as competition and that she could do better. Well, she moved out. She's out there now. And don't ask if she's not flailing around, man. It's almost like watching a fish out of water, guys. And it's hard for me because I'm not an asshole, and I don't want to see her struggle because that's my kid's mom. I don't want to see her struggle, but at the same time, man, I have to, for one, she takes me for granted. She doesn't respect me like she should, and she takes me for granted, man. And at some point in time, fellas, you got to just cut it off. You got to just pull your hand back and just be absolutely done with it, man. Especially when a woman constantly disrespects you. You just got to cut it off, man, and you just got to watch her suffer. And I don't get joy out of it, watching her flailing around like a fish out of water. But at the same time, I sit back and I say, I guess my program was not that bad. So it's not easy, guys. Relationships, not easy. Having kids with someone is not easy in today's society, man. These women, these modern women, they think they can do better than us. They think they can compete with us, man. Us real men. They think they can compete with us. They think they can be better than us. And they really can't, man. Sure, they might make more money than us, some of us, but they don't know how to keep it. Sure, they might be educated than many of us. But in what? They might have 4 or 5 degrees, but it's a bunch of bullshit. But fellas, if you're going through something like this, man, you hang in there. Don't go back. Whatever you do, don't go back. Keep pressing forward. How I deal with this is that I stay busy. I'm in the gym. I'm working. Like I tell you guys, I'm up at 4 a.m. and I work all the way till about 8, 9 o'clock. And then I go to bed. In between that, I'm in the gym. I'm spending time with my kid, trying to be a better father, trying to be a more emotionally available father to her, showing her the way, what not to be like out here, and stay busy. Stay busy, guys, because if you're not busy, for a period there, I wasn't this busy, and all I did was live in my head with all of that, thinking about what she's doing, who she's messing with, who she's talking to, and that's not healthy. None of that is healthy, man. For us men, we are born to stay busy. So you stay busy, you won't have time to think about anything that they're doing, man. And you stay on your purpose and make your money, stack your chips, and don't worry about anything else, man. It will all work out. I'm in a much better space. I have so much peace of mind now in my home, and now I can actually create my home the way I want it. Before it was just like her home. I just paid for it. And she had all this bullshit in there that I didn't need. Now, I decorate it the way I want. I don't need a whole lot. I live very frugal and very simple. My bills have been cut in half since she left. And I have more freedom, man. Even though I'm busy, I have more freedom with my money and with my time. And she's flailing around like a fish out of water, man. It has not been going very good for her. It really hasn't. Life has been really hard for her. Meanwhile, for me, I'm doing okay. So fellas, if you're going through anything like this, hang in there, man. It does get better. and keep yourself busy. That's the main thing. Keep yourself busy. Until the next one, I'm out.